Hi there, my name is Dan, and welcome back to All One, the United Anatomy of Being. This is episode 16 called All One. So in this two-dimensional model of the universe, it has been demonstrated that the physical level and physical existence, again, is the top half of a circular model or arc. The opposite non-physical spiritual level or non-physical spiritual existence is the bottom half of the circular model, or an inverted arc. For the entire universe to come into physical existence at the Big Bang, from non-existence, or better stated, non-physical existence, a separation from something had to occur. We know, or know best from the almost universally accepted theory that at the time of the Big Bang, everything in physical existence separated into this new level of being, which was non-physical before. And even though everything immediately began uniting to create new, more complicated things in physical existence beyond the smallest building blocks or subatomic particles, and the universe is still separating out into expanding space from the original force of the Big Bang, and there are a seemingly infinite amount of individual physical things in the universe, it should not be that difficult to conclude that the dominant nature of the physical level, since its beginning, and at least until it reaches its own apex, is separation or driven by separating energy. The physical universe started with a great separation, while also uniting as part of its immediate but long journey back to a return. It is the original separation which enabled all the different things in the physical universe to have formed. From the billions and billions of galaxies with billions and billions of stars, planets, and moons, to all the incredibly different things we see as physical manifestations here on Earth, from rocks to water to single-cell organisms to the further complexity of all carbon-based life. The physical level is seemingly very separated, as evidenced by all the different things in physical existence. And from the physical level perspective, it is very separated, as evidenced by all these different and individual physical things. The non-physical, as demonstrated in the model of ultimate existence, is completely united. And as it is completely united, it is simply and only one thing. The physical is many, the non-physical is one. The separated is many, the united is one. Separation is duality, complete union is singular, and examples abound everywhere. As an example, just as we experience the sun coming up each morning and then setting each evening, or light visible during the day but not during the night, the fact that we cannot see the sun or its light at night does not mean it's not there, as we all know. The presence and absence of the sun and its light is a duality, but the sun itself is singular. The sun still exists whether we experience light or darkness, and the sun is always shining whether we see it or not. Similarly, just because we can't perceive the bottom half or inverted arc in this model of ultimate existence, at least not with our physical or mental tools of perception, does not mean that it's not there. Just as the sun is always present and shining whether we can see it or perceive it or not, the non-physical level is always present, whether we can see it, perceive it, experience it, or not. The non-physical or spiritual level always is, and always is simply, all one thing. Admittedly, this can be a difficult concept to accept, and to present it in a slightly different way to facilitate understanding. Remember, the primary characteristics of the physical level are that it is physical, separated, constantly moving or changing, and thus impermanent. The physical level is for action. The body is for acting. All the individual, seemingly separated, impermanent bodies in the physical universe are always moving or in action. which, while similar at the most fundamental atomic, subatomic, or energetic levels, can be completely unique in the arrangements that enable individual manifestations, and could be completely unique in their locations, circumstances, journeys, and experience. Alternatively, the primary characteristics of the non-physical or soul level are that it is non-physical, united, unchanging, and thus permanent. The non-physical level of existence, or soul, is simply pure being. On this level of existence, the individuality of the physical level does not matter, and nor do the underlying energetic levels that enable the physical to be. Everything physical that exists also exists fundamentally, or most subtly, in a state or on a level of being, whether it is a star or a planet or a rock or a ladybug or a human or an atom. All energy that exists also exists fundamentally, or most subtly, in a state or on a level of being. And it's the being or state of being that does not change and is all the same. It is always the same. The highest and non-physical level of being is what enables the existence of all energy, and as energy exists, it has a state of being. The energetic level enables the existence of everything physical, and as everything physical also exists, it has a state of being. If the physical level ceases to be, the energy remains and has a state of being. And if the energy levels cease to exist, the source of being remains and has a state of being as the ultimate source and ultimate level of pure being. Being is the common denominator, and the level of existence where everything that exists is exactly the same. It is the level of existence where everything that exists is just one thing, or all one. Now, we're going to, again, continue to explain this further, but we are starting to put some puzzle pieces together. And while the table is almost set and we are getting closer, we still haven't gone far enough to understand how or why any of this can be true. Nor do we understand the clear picture of the full anatomy of being. So let's push a little farther. And in the next episode, we're going to discuss separating and uniting energy in a little more detail. Thank you very much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.